Hey guys, Chicago injury lawyer Scott DeSalvo here, and in today's video the topic is I already have a lawyer, can I get a second opinion? So this happens a fair amount. It's a situation where somebody will have a legal question about their injury case, whether it's a car crash, workers' comp, medical malpractice, whatever it is, and you're already represented, and maybe you don't quite trust what your lawyer is telling you, or more commonly, it's a situation where your lawyer just isn't telling you anything. They won't get on the phone with you, they won't call you back, they won't explain anything to you. And so you're maybe watching YouTube videos looking for answers or reading the comment section, and you call another lawyer and you tell them, look, I don't want to switch lawyers. I like my lawyer, I'm going to stay with my lawyer, but my lawyer said blah, blah, blah. Or my lawyer wants to do this or this or this, is this right? Or my lawyer got me an offer of this amount of money, is this fair, right? So, good question, common question that comes up a lot. What can the second opinion lawyer really do for you? So, the first thing you have to know is you can only have one lawyer represent you at a time, right? Now, more than one lawyer can co-counsel together and together work on a case. But once you're represented by a lawyer, that lawyer is probably not going to agree to you finding another lawyer to come in and co-counsel on the case, right? They're going to get mad about that unless they bring another lawyer in and co-counsel with that lawyer themselves for whatever reason, because they're bringing in a specialist or they need help with their trials or whatever it is, right? So this is the way to think about it. First of all, if you call a lawyer and that lawyer is aware that you already have a lawyer, in virtually every state in the United States, it's unethical for the lawyer you're calling for the consult to give you legal advice, right? A lawyer is not allowed to interfere with the attorney-client arrangement, right? In other words, the lawyer has to be careful that he doesn't do or say anything to interfere with your relationship with your lawyer. Now, I have had people call I've had people call my clients after an accident, after I already represented them, and, badmouth me to try and steal the case from my office, which thankfully never happens. My clients always call me up and tell me, and I'm like, oh my gosh. If what the other lawyer said is particularly egregious and insulting, I'll call them up and say, listen, I don't know if you said this or not, but I would appreciate you not saying things like that. They never call me back because I think they're afraid to. It's so funny how many people have courage when they're talking behind your back and they won't say it to your face. So, anyway, I digress. So, if you think about it, there's a good reason. Your current attorney, if they've represented you for a while, they have your case file, they have your medical records, they know who the insurance company is, they've spoken with the insurance company representative or claims adjuster, they may have talked to the nurse case manager, they may have read all your medical reports, and they may have all the knowledge and information necessary to analyze your case and develop a strategy, right? So when somebody calls me up for a second opinion, I tell them up front, like, if you're happy with your lawyer, this is a conversation, and you have these questions and these concerns, these are questions you have to talk to your lawyer about. I can tell you in general how the law works, but I can't tell you whether any particular decision or strategy is good or bad for two reasons. One is it's unethical for me to do it when I know you're represented by somebody else, and it's unethical for me to do it when I don't know the details of your case. And when I say details of your case, it is very, very rare that an injured person knows the kind of details about their case that I would need to make a decision or to actually give advice about yes, accept the settlement or don't, or, you know, yes, follow your lawyer's advice or don't, right? Or yes, we can get you that, or no, we can't get you that. A phone conversation, you're not going to be in possession of your medical records and the other legal documents in your file, probably. And even if you are, I'd have to read the entire thing before I gave you an opinion on anything anyway. And I wouldn't do that if you were currently represented by a lawyer. That's something that, you know, if you're happy with your lawyer, remember that lawyer is going to get a percentage of your case. They're getting a percentage of your case. So if it's workers' comp, that's 20%. If it's personal injury, it's somewhere between a third and 40%, depending on where you are when the case resolves and what kind of case it is, right? Now, if they're getting paid the money, shouldn't you require that they make time for you to answer your questions? I mean, my answer is certainly yes. If I had if somebody was going to give me $100,000, let's say, and I had somebody who I hired to get me the $100,000, and I call them up and say, hey, what's going on? Should I take the $100,000? What about this? What about that? And the guy on the phone says, oh, I'm too busy to talk to you. I'll just mail you your check. You know, that's it. But I'm going to pay that guy 20 grand or 33 grand or 40 grand out of the 100 to get him the money, or to get me the money. And he or she won't even talk to me or meet with me or explain to me what's going on. I would not be happy about that. I'd insist. I'd say, wait a minute. You're going to make how much money off my case and you can't talk to me? Now, that doesn't mean there are not situations when a lawyer gets really busy. So if a lawyer's on trial, or he's on vacation, or he's getting married, or his daughter's getting married, and they can't talk to you right that minute, that's not what I mean. That's normal. You have to be patient sometimes. I also don't mean if you're the kind of client who expects to call once a week or every other week and be on the phone with the lawyer for a half hour. A lot of times, if it's a case that's being fought about, there isn't that much time in the day. So, you know, if a lawyer had to talk to everybody once a week for a half hour, the lawyer would have no time to be a lawyer. So it's, you know, there's a balancing act between the two. It's never wrong for you to call your lawyer if you have a serious question about what's going on, about what the strategy is, about what is and isn't being included in the case, about whether the settlement offer is reasonable, all that stuff, like what your options are, right? So why put up with that? You know, the squeaky wheel gets the grease. You should call your lawyer and say, look, you're going to make a lot of money on my case. Can you take 10 minutes to explain it to me? That's not unreasonable. That's not unreasonable. So anyway, my point is, a second opinion lawyer, or calling a lawyer for a free consultation when you already have a lawyer, the lawyer's limited in what they can tell you. They can tell you generally how the law works, or they can answer general questions, but if you already have a lawyer and you're committed to sticking with that lawyer, the lawyer you're with right now has all the knowledge about your case. They have all the medical and legal papers about the case, and they're in a position to answer your questions better. So you can always get a free consultation. There's nothing wrong with that. You just need to have realistic expectations about what that second opinion lawyer can actually answer for you. You know, if you call a second opinion lawyer and they are pushing you to fire your current lawyer that you're happy with for no reason other than that lawyer wants the case, or if they tell you based on a short telephone conversation that your case is amazing and it's awesome and they're going to get you so much money, you're making a mistake sticking with the current lawyer, anything like that, I would be very, very careful about taking the advice of a lawyer who tells you those sorts of things, because nobody who's a professional is going to say that about another lawyer or tell you that your case is worth $1 million or big money without them having reviewed the file. You're dealing with a marketer. You're not dealing with a serious attorney who knows what they're doing, understands how it works, etc., etc. So, second opinion, consultation, free consultation, great idea to get. Lawyers just limited in what, an ethical lawyer is limited in what they can do and say during such a consultation, right? In fact, when people call me and they have a lawyer and they like their lawyer and they don't want to switch lawyers, but they're upset about something, I ask them, look, is it okay? Like, I'll make sure your lawyer doesn't get mad at you. Why don't you let me call them and let them know what's going on? Maybe their paralegal or their secretary is not giving them the messages. Or maybe they were really busy when you called and they were short with you, or whatever it is, right? But look, the bottom line is, I probably make at least a dozen phone calls a year like that for injured people who hit a rocky patch with their current lawyer. And I call the lawyer and I say, look, your client so-and-so's upset. Here's what they're worried about. What they really need is for you to call them, or what they really need is for you to sit down with them, if you're able to do that, right? And, look, I'm going to say 90% of the time, the lawyer I call says, listen, thanks so much. I really appreciate it. I'll give them a call. They're not mad at the client. They're, decent about it, right? Now, it is funny. I did call this guy one time and called him up, and he was rude as hell on the phone. And I told him, hey, pal, settle down with the aggressiveness. I'm doing you a favor. If you don't care if you lose this client, I'll hang up right now. But I'm calling you as a courtesy. The client wants me to take the case. I'm calling you as a courtesy because their reason for switching lawyers isn't a really good one. They just don't know what's going on. So why don't you call your person, explain what's going on. So not all the lawyers are nice. Some lawyers are jerks, but vast majority of them are very happy that I called. So anyway, that's how that works. That's what a second opinion lawyer on a consultation can do for you. Obviously, it's completely different if you've had it with your lawyer and you're making calls to other lawyers in order to switch, right? That's a completely legitimate thing to do. After all, how are you going to find another lawyer if you've already fired your lawyer or already made the decision to fire your lawyer? And I would humbly submit the ability to explain things well and the willingness to talk to you even after you become a client and answer your questions is a pretty important attribute in an injury lawyer. So if you need a lawyer, or you know anyone with questions or who's been in an accident and might need to hire a lawyer, I'm available to talk to 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You can always reach me at 312-500-4500. That's 312-500-4500. Call me. I'm happy to listen to your situation, answer your questions. Definitely happy to represent you too, because that's what I do for a living. Believe it or not, I don't make any money off YouTube videos. Sometimes you're not ready to talk to a lawyer. You want some really solid information, but you don't really want to talk to a lawyer yet. Well, I got you covered. I got two really cool tools on my website. One is called the Case Cash Calculator. It tells you how much money your case might be worth. And then I have the Good Case Calculator. It tells you whether you might have a good case or a bad case. A tough case with some issues and some challenges. The cool thing is both of these are completely free to use on my website. Links in the description. The second cool thing is it literally takes you 10 or 20 seconds to get your answers. So you just answer, I think, 6 multiple choice, 7 multiple choice questions, real easy, and you get access to killer information that is really gonna point you in the right direction on your injury case, all without talking to a lawyer. Free for you or anyone else you know to use. Links in the description. If you enjoy my videos and the information I provide, please like the video, give me the thumbs up, and subscribe so that you are aware of when I release new videos. Hit the bell icon so that you know you get notified. Finally, if you wouldn't mind, if you appreciate the information I provide and the tools on my website, or if you're a current former client who got a consultation from me and you wouldn't mind giving me a 5-star review on Google, it would really help me. It's a very competitive market, and getting a lot of Google reviews from real people who have actually enjoyed my information or talked to me, or current former client, would really help me out. So you can check me out at the link in the description. All you do is go to that web address on your tablet, phone, or computer, click 5 stars, say a kind word, hit submit, and we're in business. So anyway, that's how that works. And thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Hope you and the family are well. If there's ever anything I can do for you, just give me a call, 312-500-4500. I appreciate you watching, and take care. Have a great day.